Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. My name is Matthew Jones. I am co-founder of Perfect Flow. I am an automation specialist, and I have. I'm going to make you this as quick as I can. This video, but I thought it would be helpful just to kind of show you guys how we are using AI to build buyers lists and send out properties to interested buyers. And yeah, and really, I'm kind of showing you really kind of something that's broken, and we're building on something to kind of fix it. So let me just kind of show you, give you the kind of this background story here and where this all started. So we have this campaign where we are sending out some properties to cash buyers, right? We get cash buyers lists, and we'll funnel them through our workflows, which then invites them to fill out our form and join our buyers box, or fill out their buyers box, and then join our buyers list. And then from there, they're sent properties once we get them under contract, right? So that's at least what this client is doing. And this client has this issue here where, okay, well, let's just look back here. So we've been emailing this buyer, but as you can see, if you hover over this email thing, it says delivered, but there's no open. So he hasn't been opening the emails. The email's not going through. Maybe it's going in spam, takes a little, or maybe he's just ignoring them. I don't know. Who knows? But basically, when they don't answer, they don't respond to our emails, we don't get any opens, nothing. We're gonna send them a text. And so here, hey, my name is John. Saw a cash purchase in Detroit. Thought you might be interested in recent deals, in receiving deals. I have a few currently. I need to move fast. If you're interested, here's a form, send your buy box, blah, blah, blah. So right now we're just trying to build our buy box here. But we do have properties we want to send, because you can see here we have these emails that we sent out. So we do want to get properties in front of him. And he says, hey, can you send what you have and we will check it out. You can send address. We created opportunity, right? Because the AI says, hey, this guy's interested. Buyer is seeing our properties, creates an opportunity, which is going to be right over here. And then the AI replies, sure thing, I can send over details of the properties we have available. I'll email you addresses and relevant information. I'll send you the details at address. If you don't receive it, let me know. Okay. So basically, yeah, what happened here is that they sent this text back, but you can see it's just kind of crickets. They didn't actually send the email with the properties. So that's what we're going to fix here. The AI agent needs to have a tool that sends the properties to the person if they request them. If they say, hey, I'm interested in, could you send me the details? Even if they're not part of the buy box, because the whole idea is the idea behind the campaign is they fill out the form in the buy box and then the information is sent to them. But here we have a case where the person is just saying, you know what, just send me the details of the property. And so the client here wants to say, hey, let's just send them the details if they want the details. Like, there's no reason why not to, just because they're not on our buy box list yet. All right. So yeah, all right. So let's fix this. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the workflow that's going to be essentially the tool for the AI. So let's go over to automations, and we're going to put this in. So this is kind of like a dispo tool. I'm going to put it in here. We are going to start a workflow from scratch. All right. We're going to call this workflow. We're just going to say send property details. All right. And this will be a workflow. Well, okay, I don't want to go in the rabbit hole on this one, but yeah, let's just create this tool, and then there's lots of ways that we could then incorporate this tool in a lot of different functionalities and build onto it. But let's just do this simple. I always get complicated on things. All right, so basically, the AI will trigger this tool, send property details. we wanted to send an email. All right. We could do, like if there's an opportunity, maybe that it's like buyer sent, because right now that if they're interested, you saw that the AI already creates the opportunity, so you could put that in here too, where it creates the opportunity. Um, but I'm not going to do that because obviously the AI is doing a pretty good job of creating the opportunity automatically if they're interested. So I'm not going to do that here. I'm just going to make this a real simple. We're sending out the property detail emails. All right. And then we could even just send a quick message, maybe that just says, "Hey, just sent those off." So let's go ahead and uh, do that. Okay. So we want to send an email. All right. We're going to leave these blank because it's just going to be from the account's email address, subject. Let's do something like because let's see, this is only going to be really triggered mostly, well, because I guess what I'm trying to think of. So what we want to do actually is have different emails for each property because we already have templates. So we have email templates already for the properties made. Because you saw those emails, they were being sent out. So really, we just want to send those templates out. Okay, so let's just do something simple. All right, we're gonna do template. I think it's property details. We'll just do this one for now. Cool. We'll send that template. Sweet. Um, or we could do. Well, no, we don't need to edit the template. Let's just go back here. Whoops. All right. Here. All right. Let's redo that one. All right. Email property details. We'll do this again. All right. We are going to do property. Okay, cool. Boom. And then basically what I would do then is, hey, if you have multiple properties, like you could say, hey, this is that that's the commercial portfolio. And then we got another one here. We could just even just oh, yeah. Come on, get out of here. All right. Now let's just change this. No. Don't want to edit it. I just wanted to change it to this one. I think that one just has a link to it. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, let's edit this. Okay. So there we go. Let's move this mic out. And then let's say we want to then send a text. And it's going to just say, all right, boom. And then you could add attachment, like if you had a file for the properties, um, you could add that to the text here. I usually don't do too much of that in the text. I usually keep it in. Um, I usually kind of keep, the email's nice because it's a bit more formal, right? Versus the text, this will get lost just like anything else. So, anyways, so here we go. We send them the details of the property here, SMS. I like to also, we could add like, wait, this is all good. This is fine. Boom. This is done. This is as simple as it needs to be. Doesn't need to be, you can make this more complicated. I kind of want to, but we're not going to. Okay. Just simply sending the different properties we have via email, sending the text that we have that. If they reply, the AI will then respond back. One thing we do want to make sure of is, let's make sure that we have it's the right agent, the right AI bot. Now, if they reply to the emails, that's another video. That's the AI email reply feature, which is a different video. But you could say, hey, because right, since you sent out this email, the conversation they could reply to the email, and now the conversation with the AI is there and not text message like it is right now. So it's so you have to have your other workflow that's ready for the email reply, and then have your separate AI for just the email replies, managing that. So okay, let's get on to our tasks here. We're just going to make sure this is assigned to the right AI agent, though. Um, just in case, I always do it kind of more of uh, you know, I just want to make sure that the user is always um, being assigned to the correct AI agent, because once they move to another workflow, um, of course, in a perfect world, they should still be assigned to the same AI agent, but that's not how the world always works, especially with technology. And sometimes, your primary AI agent will step in and also have a conversation with whoever. So just want to make sure you're always assigning the correct agent. So let's go ahead and make sure that we have no, dispo. Just want to make sure that's good. All right, we're just going to publish that. Boom. Okay, so now we got our tool. All right. So basically, when they get into this workflow, it's going to assign them the AI agent. It's going to send them the emails, and it's going to send a text. Hey, sent those off. Check your spam folder. Let me know if you have any questions. Basically. Okay. Cool. Now that's all this tool needs to do. But we now need to tell the AI agent to use that tool. All right. So what we're going to do is go over to Conversation AI, go to our dispo. So we already have our disposition AI already prompted out and everything. You can have this is the other option too here. So knowledge bases. So we have knowledge bases, and I do recommend this all the time. So basically, once you have like if you have your properties that you're trying to sell, and you have it on a Zillow page, or let's say it's on Investor Lift, wherever, right? You have a page for that property. You can have the AI be trained on that property right here. And I always recommend that, because having separate knowledge bases for properties makes it a lot easier for you to manage what the AI knows. Because if you, like, let's say we go into the AI here, for example, and we go to bot goals, and we're just like going down here and constantly just copy pasting details of properties and stuff like that. It's just going to get bunched up, and it gets messy. Like, this is not right. This isn't a great interface to do that in. So what's nice is in the knowledge base, you can have essentially each property have its own knowledge base, and then the AI essentially is trained on those knowledge bases. So you can go and select whichever one. So if these are all different properties, you could have up to 7 different ones. So you could have like pretty much 7 different properties the AI is trained on. Okay. And then the bot goals here, already all filled out. But really what we need to do is say, okay, in this additional information, what we need to do is tell it to trigger workflows when appropriate. All right. And then we're going to go down here. I'm going to say, right, that was send property data. I'm going to call it a workflow just to make it clear. This is when we could call them recipient, when customer, I think that's fine. You can call it whatever. It just needs to say needs to be like, okay, who I'm talking to. Wants more details about the property. And let's just say whatever. Okay. And so this is the other thing, is that we could essentially just send links to the property as well. However, again, like I was saying, there's a lot of ways to do this. But I like the email way because, again, it's a bit more formal. It gives them a chance to like go in there and really see it, especially when we're dealing because right now it also depends on the property too. Like this one is a pretty large commercial portfolio, so really, if you're going to be doing your due diligence all on your phone, I mean, hey, some people do, but that's crazy to me. I need to be on a computer. I guess I'm a boomer in that way. But you could just send links. Lots of ways you could do this, is what I'm saying. But here we're sending out emails and the AI's knowledge base on the property. So it could just like send out details too. Like you could tell it here to be like, hey, if they're interested in just send details out, and answer as many questions as you can. But again, it's like, what is your main goal with the AI here? Is it to be like, hey, I want to talk to every interested buyer, or I just want to get this property out to as many buyers as potential buyers as I possibly can? It just depends on what your goal is, really. And so for us right now, our goal is just to send this out to as many buyers as possible. We're not really trying to talk to every buyer, build a reputation or a rapport necessarily right now. We're just trying to see if they're interested in these properties, and we're trying to build our buyer list. All right. In that area. So, okay, moving on. So we have this prompt here, right? Send property data when the customer wants more details about the properties, right? And or it sends like says something like that. All right. So, anyways, let's go ahead and we'll just cut and paste that because that could be useful here. So we'll trigger a workflow. We are going to send properties. Of course, I don't see it. I might need to refresh it, actually. Email property details, that's what it's called. And I called it send property. Okay. Boom. All right. So now the AI will trigger this workflow here. Now, if you want the AI to this disposition AI to set up meetings as well, you can do that here. In fact, let's just do it. I'll just set it up here just to see if they want to, so they could schedule that call. But really, if they want to talk, we just send it to the opportunity workflow. But you could, again, use the calendars here and have it book. All right, so now our AI well, we have our tool created. Our AI is geared up with that tool. It can now trigger that tool to send that off, and that's it. That's pretty much it. I mean, we're done. That's it, guys. Obviously, go and test this out, and all of that. But that is, in a nutshell, how you build out the AI. First reaching out to buyers, saying, "Hey, I have properties in the area. Love to send them to you if you're interested in it." Then from there, um, sending them the properties if they're interested in getting details. Um, Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, let me know. And we'll chat in the next video. Bye.